Well, it just started to rain. Surprise, surprise, Southern Utah, it's raining again. This was not forecast. It is not supposed to be here until 2 a.m. It is literally 2 p.m. I think they massively screwed that one up. Unfortunately, I am not rocking my rain gear. So hopefully this is just a squall and passes soon. It doesn't look like, well, I don't know. Maybe it could stick around for a minute, but we're gonna keep riding today. So, by the way, Jen here, welcome to the channel. I hope everybody's doing well. I don't really have a goal for my video today. D-Rock's probably gonna shoot me when he does the editing on this video. He's gonna be like, you literally just talked about everything, because that's kind of what I plan on talking about today. It's been a little over a year since I got this 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan, so that could be my focus of my video, my 1 year experience review, but I also intend to talk about my gear and some of the things I've added to the bike, some of the things I still plan on adding to the bike, my future of bike purchases. So join me today. We're also going to get a pretty cool ride in. Oh my goodness, it is hailing now, folks, hailing on us. But we're still going to bring you a pretty cool ride today. We're going to do a little bit of dirt. D-Rock did this ride the other day. There's not clay, so clay becomes a big problem down here in the desert. When the clay mixes with the mud, it becomes this material that when it dries on your bike, well, for one, it weighs a ton, and when it dries on your bike, it's kind of like what happens when you mold pottery and then burn it. It becomes permanent. So you get stuck in that crap, it's going to add about 100 pounds to your bike, and you're going to have to get it off right away, because otherwise it's going to be there as a permanent fixture. So anyway, join us for the ride today, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. Let's get to it. So we just stopped to fuel up before our ride today, and D-Rock informed me that he does not have his thermal layer in his gear, and neither of us have our rain protection in right now, which is so dumb. I mean, why do we buy this gear, honestly? But we really weren't anticipating this today, so I don't think we're going to do the ride that we thought we were going to do. We're just going to run out and see the ever popular Southern Utah phenomenon that's happening right now, which is the Gunlock Falls. Hopefully there's not a million people out there, but there's probably a million people out there. Like any other totally cool thing, this used to be a secret, and then I think COVID happened, and everybody that was no longer going to the mall and going to movies started doing things in the outdoors, and now all of our little places that we used to go to have a million people. But never fear, folks, because we're not afraid to go out further. We just aren't. So anyways, we are just going to do kind of a shorter ride out to the Gunlock Falls today, but I am still going to talk about the bike and the gear and the things, so still planning on that. Well, our rain actually has stopped, so I don't know. We're undecided today, folks. We are undecided. I've done a couple of other videos talking about this bike and why I got the bike, but I am going to talk about that again today, so maybe you haven't heard those videos, so I can tell you what I've already said a couple of times. But I got this bike originally after I had purchased the Yamaha TW200 and had ridden that for about a year and a half, close to 2 years. And then D-Rock purchased a KLR 650, and the TW200 was just no match for the speed or anything on when I was with him and he was on the KLR. So I thought I need a faster bike. So I started looking high and low, almost got the Honda CB500, but then ultimately discovered the Royal Enfield Himalayan. I wasn't even aware it existed. I'm a member of one of the women's adventure motorcycling groups on Facebook, and one of the ladies on there posted a picture of this bike, and I was like, wow, what is that? That thing is so cool. It looks like an Indiana Jones bike. So I actually did originally become attracted to this bike because of its looks, but as I did some research on it, I thought, you know what, this could be the bike for me. You know, its low seat height was attractive because I still consider myself a newbie rider. What else? Oh, the price was attractive on it. I mean, it came in, I think tax, title, all that stuff out the door was about $6,000, a little over $6,000. The sticker price on the bike was like just over $5,000. I did want the 2023 model because of the tripper navigation system. I've used it a couple of times. It has came in handy, and I'm sure it will continue to come in handy. Originally, I did get the bike because I thought we were going to be doing a lot of long distance traveling and motorcycle camping. And so after I went and sat on the bike, I was like, oh, this is going to be really great for that because it's super comfortable. And it is super comfortable. This is an amazingly comfortable bike. The seat, the positioning of the foot pegs in relation to how tall I am, it just really works out really well for me. So I don't experience any rider fatigue on this bike for long periods of time. So that is really great. But we actually haven't done that much motorcycle camping. We did a trip to the Grand Canyon where we spent a night. But I do look forward to doing a lot more of it. So the thing that we have done a lot of is a lot of off-roading and a lot of exploring. This bike, I mean, it can get you there, but when you tip it over and you tip it over multiple times in a day, it can get pretty difficult. It's 450 pounds, you know, thereabouts. With all my gear on it, it's probably closer to 500 pounds. So, you know, learning how to pick up the bike has been an absolute must for me, and usually I can do it, but I am really happy that I do have an awesome riding partner that can help me if I need it too. So that's been important for me. Wow, there really is a lot of water down there. Wow. Whole chunks of land over there that were once not missing are missing. Let's go have a look. So this does not normally look like this. Obviously a lot of water has come through here. This is a road that we take a lot of the time, and as you can see, it is blocked off. So we won't be taking that today. There is a lot of traffic on this road today. It's this Gunlock Falls attraction we're about to see. Maybe you'll see it and be like, wow, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And maybe you'll see it how I see it, like, okay, that's, you know, it's some waterfalls. I mean, it's cool, you know, it's cool. We'll let you decide. You can make up your own mind. I'm going to drive out there and I'm going to show it to you, and you can decide. Back to talking about Alice here, though. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, Alice is the name of my Himalayan here. So I'm still in love with her. I am. We've got almost 4,000 miles on her now. I think my speedometer there is reading 3726. So we'll be at 4,000 by the end of the month, I'm sure. I have loved this bike. I mean, it's comfortable, it's been reliable, I haven't had any problems with it. I've enjoyed working on it, learning to change the oil in the air filter. I even learned how to change out the tires on it from our local mechanic shop. Totally awesome, Dixie Power Sports. They were great. When we get back to the garage today, I'm going to show you all the things that I have added to the bike. Most of the installations I've done myself. I apologize, I haven't made videos on all of those things. There for a minute, I was a little intimidated. I kind of felt like, why am I making a video? This is like the blind leading the blind, but I've gotten a little better at it, a little bit more confident, and now I'm really enjoying working on the bike. Yeah, we'll just stay back here. That is a nice view of the falls. They really are actually pretty impressive. Oh, I don't know how far I'm gonna hike, honestly. Motocross boots. They are warm though, you know, they're warmer than my adventure touring boots. They just, they're stiff. It makes it pretty hard to shift. I have gotten used to shifting though, and I can even shift standing up now on the Himalayan. So they're definitely a great purchase. They're just these Thor, I don't know, honestly I think they were like $100. I didn't want to dump a bunch of money into motocross boots because I really didn't know if I was going to like them. But these have been great. I've tipped the bike over a couple times. Absolutely no ankle pain because they do their job. Yeah, just looking around here, you can just see. I mean, I'll bet a dozen flash floods have come through here. this year. We've just gotten so much water in southern Utah. I just feel like a broken record always talking about, oh, it's raining again. But you know what? There has never been a year since I've lived here in 20 years that I have seen this. So I guess I'll be a broken record this year, because I probably won't sound like this next year and the year after. Yeah, that's as close as I'm gonna get today, folks. You can see there's a ton of people up there, but you know what? I can't go slick rock hiking in motocross boots, so I am going to have to turn back. But we're gonna go have a look at Gunlock Reservoir too, see how full that is here in just a second. Right, Alice is here. She's safe, still looking sexy. So we're gonna get on the road. I'm gonna ride out to the town of Gunlock and talk a little bit more about the bike and about my gear. All right, just gotta pay close attention up here. Lots of people. Yeah, it gives people something to do. It's easy, you know, right up here and see the beauty. I guess it's not so bad. There's plenty of falls for everybody, right? So a lot of those people have hiked across that dam right there. Oh wow, yeah. That reservoir's full, hence the falls. They've hiked across that dam over there to get to the top of the falls. It can be kind of dangerous up there, you know, you slip and fall, those falls will take you right down. Well, I told you I was going to talk about my gear as well today, so I may as well start bragging about how comfortable I am right now in my Revit Sand 4 H2O jacket and pants. I have my thermal liner in. I am plenty warm. It's, I mean, my Himalayan says it's 63 degrees outside. It's probably 50, maybe. It might be 50 degrees outside. She exaggerates. So yeah, but I am quite comfortable. I didn't bring my rain layer, but it does come with a rain layer. It's like all in one gear. I'm hot in the summer, not gonna lie, but I would be hot if I was riding this bike naked in the summer down here. It gets up to 110, higher than that sometimes. So my gear provides protection. It does what it needs to do. I'm hot. It is what it is. In the winter though, I can stay warm. And when it's raining, I can stay dry. The layers come out easily. You can fold them up. I can keep them in my saddlebags, use them if I want, put them away if I don't need them. So, love this suit. You get what you pay for, though. I think it cost me about $700, pants and jacket. So, but it's worth every penny. It comes with level 2 armor in the shoulders, the elbows, and the knees, level 1 in the hips. And then I did order the separate back protector as well, because all the gear all the time. That's how we roll. All right, we're just coming up on the little town of Gunlock. Beautiful little town. No houses for sale right here. None. Everybody wants to live here. It's great. However, many years ago, this town got stranded. This river came up here, washed out this bridge. Same thing happened on the other side, and people were stuck here for a few days. I think there was a helicopter going in and out for needed things, but yeah, it's I mean, they've improved some things. That hasn't happened since. That bridge is much better now, so I don't think that'll happen again. So but yeah, it's a really cool little town out here. Yeah, I mean, I'm just drawn to a town that has chickens just chilling on the side of the road. That's appealing to me. Whew, man, lots of water. Chickens and cows, right up my alley. Oh, I've covered my boots and my suit, so I may as well talk helmet. I have loved this helmet. It's the Scorpion EXO 18950. Ooh, I cannot remember how much it ran. I'm you know, price has probably changed anyway. So, but I love it. It's got this little like flip down thing that I can hit, and have a little sun visor that flips down. The anti-fog face shield works out really well. I do get a little bit of fog sometimes, but I have worn helmets that don't have an anti-fog, and it's worse. So this one's really great. What else can I really say about it? It's comfortable. It wasn't super expensive. I know that it's no Oriya helmet or anything like that. It doesn't even get close to that price range. So I've been really happy with it, though. I would get another one, absolutely, in a heartbeat. I think we've got chickens in the road up here, folks. Chickens in the road. Oh. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh boy, ooh. Is that dog coming to get those chickens? Hopefully not. Anyways, onto my gloves. I did finally, I think my gloves were the last thing I've purchased in my ensemble that I can talk about. They are, ooh, can I remember what they are? The Revit Boxer 2 H2O, I think. I think I paid about $100 for these gloves. They have been worth every penny. They are insulated, they're waterproof, they've got good protection, you can see there. They're comfortable, they fit. So they have done their job. My hands have gotten cold. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we've done some rides where it's been 35 degrees outside, and D-Rock just installed these things that I can never remember what are called on his KLR, and he can move them to other bikes, but they keep his hands warm. They're like these little, they're not little, they're these giant things that go over your handlebars, and they're really warm. So I should get me some of those, but we are bound to get warm weather here pretty soon, so I think I'm gonna hold off on that purchase until next season. Back to our discussions about Alice here. We had our 1-year anniversary. It would have been in February. I don't know the date. She doesn't care, I don't care. You know, we're not that kind of couple. We don't worry about the dates. I didn't get her anything. She still started, you know. We have a relationship like that. It's pretty nice. So anyway, 1 year with Alice, and I'm still loving the bike. The 2023 Himalayans didn't have much difference on them than the 2022. Sticker price was a little bit higher. They had some colors that were pretty nice. There was this brown color that looks pretty cool, but not enough for me to want to get another one. I'm pretty happy with this one. I am a little nervous because a lot of the aftermarket stuff for this bike was already hard to get in the first place, and now I know that the 2022 and 2023 models, they have interchangeable accessories, but that might be the last of the Himalayan, the 411 in 2023. Wow, I hope that made sense. Anyways, I think they're going to stop making this bike after 2023. It will be replaced by a Himalayan 450. Still don't have the final details on that bike. You can look all over the place, and I read different things in different places. At one time I read it was going to be a little bit lighter weight. I have read that it's going to be liquid cooled. Obviously a 450cc engine rather than a 411, so it will have more horsepower. So I was excited about that, but you know, I've got to say, one of the things, like I said, I was attracted to the Himalayan for riding comfort, and one of the things I've learned over time is that a heavier bike rides long distance more comfortably because the wind from other cars, or just the wind in general, doesn't affect you so much. So a lighter bike may actually not be that great for long distance travel, but it would be nice to have something with a little bit more power that can still do what the 411 can do off-road. I did look into the Scram. It's not as high functioning as the Himalayan off-road, so that doesn't appeal to me. I've got the Yamaha XT250 to go rocking the extreme trails I do. Ha ha ha. I don't get too extreme, as you know, but I'm getting more extreme. So anyway, I would absolutely be interested in purchasing a 450, but I don't know all the details yet. Hopefully they hit the US in early 2024, but I don't think they've hit anywhere yet, so maybe they're a myth. I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right, once again, we're gonna take this stretch real slow. Lots of cars, lots of people not paying attention. You know, one of the things they teach you to look out for is to look at people's front wheels as you pass, and if they turn out towards the road, chances are they're about to go that way, so you might want to stop. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna be all right. So I'm just gonna head home now. I'm gonna get back to the garage, and I'm gonna show you all of the accessories I've added to the bike, and talk about those, and then let you know what I still plan on adding to the bike. So let's get home, shall we? Before we get to the garage, maybe I should talk about some of my favorite rides that I've done on the Himalayan since I got her. And I had so many different rides come to mind for so many reasons, but I'll try to just tell you about 3 of them. You can check out the videos, they're awesome. The first one I want to talk about is our famous moto camping trip that we did to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. That ride was spectacular. I mean, it was 2 days. I love to camp. Alice performed excellent. My gear performed excellent. We were camping at, I mean, 7,000 feet maybe, and so it got cold at night, but we stayed warm and geared up and stayed warm on the bikes and got to experience the Grand Canyon and the foresty area around it, and it was just magical. D-Rock was kind of my tour guide, really, because I'd never been to the popular areas of the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, and he's very familiar with that area, so I just got to chill and follow him around and enjoy the sights and the bike and the smells, and it was absolutely spectacular. We got to ride back in the rain as well, and that was my first real long trip in the rain. I remember I was nervous that the dirt road we were on was gonna turn into slush and slime and it was gonna be terrible, but it ended up being just fine. The second ride that comes to mind is actually kind of similar to that one. We rode up over Kolob Reservoir, which that's actually one of our guided, recommended guided adventures right now. We've kind of started a little side business. We're doing some guiding. So if you're interested in that, you can visit us at precipiceofgrind.com, and you can check out some adventures there that we recommend, or you can kind of plan your own, whatever. So anyway, back to the experience. We rode up over Kolob Reservoir and down in Cedar City Canyon, and it was just beautiful. I mean, Kolob Reservoir is amazing, you know, surrounded by trees, cute little town. It was just a nice ride that day. We got all the things on that ride too, you know. We had the beauty and nice little windy areas. We had some dirt road riding. We had some intense, strong winds on our way into Enterprise. And then we rode the Enterprise back roads back to this road, actually. So that was an all-day event. By the time we got home, we were spent, but it was absolutely memorable and beautiful, and I loved every second of it. So the third ride that comes to mind is much different than the first 2. It took place a couple of months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. D-Rock thought, you know, let's go out and ride in the Beaver Dam Wash. We'll take the Himalayan, I'm sure it'll be fine. Well, long story short, I tipped the bike over 3 times that day. I was only able to stand her back up once myself, because the other 2 times she was in like a position that was just, it was like upside down. I didn't have it. I couldn't do it. So I was so happy that he was there. I got some intense deep sand riding experience that day. I just felt I need so much more practice in stuff like that. Some people just don't even ride it. You love it or you hate it. It's a workout, you know. They say, you know, riding motorcycles isn't a workout. That is absolutely not true. If you're doing any off-roading or deep sand riding, you absolutely get your workout in, especially if you're dropping the 500-pound bike and you're having to pick it up. So you can check out any of those videos. There's 2 separate videos on the Grand Canyon trip. There's one, I think D-Rock called the Kolob ride back roads and interstates, maybe. It might be that video. And then there's the Beaver Dam Wash video. I don't even know what he called that, but if you've looked at our intro, the last motorcycle crash you see is actually me flying over this bike. So it was a dramatic day. I learned a lot. I had some fun. I didn't cry. And Alice kept starting right up and barreling through stuff that I never thought she could get through. So part of the time I was just holding on. But anyways, check out those videos. And like I said earlier, I think I'll meet you in the garage. We'll go over some of the stuff that I've put on the bike. So we'll see you there. All right, so let's take a look at some of the stuff I've added to the bike along the way. These bark busters I installed myself a few months ago. The dealership did install some on the Himalayan when I first got it, but they only had one point of contact, not two, and so they broke pretty quickly. So these were really easy to install though, for the chairless. So yeah, those are pretty cool. D-Rock bought me these aftermarket mirrors. I broke one of the mirrors in one of my crashes, so these are pretty great. You can loosen and adjust. You can fold them in if you're going through some tight trails or whatnot. So those have been nice and handy. My little gear loop bag here, I keep all my essentials in, the registrations in there. Got some eye drops, you know, stuff like that. So that's been really handy. My little tank bag here. The zipper's starting to wear out. It's the Kaiwise. It's served its purpose. I probably could get a little bit of a bigger one and it might work out a little bit better, but you know, so far so good. That's been okay. One of the big things that I did was install the pannier racks. I had a difficult time finding these. I finally ended up going back to the Euro Cycle in Las Vegas and picking those up. I did install those myself, and you know, they haven't came off, so I must have done an okay job with that. I'm rocking the Tusk pannier bags here. They hold a lot of stuff. They've got some dry bag liners inside, so those are nice. I got those at Rocky Mountain ATV out of Payson, Utah. They ship like next day, so that is super convenient. I installed an engine protector here, a little side guard. Couldn't find anything for this bike, so they were sold out everywhere, or they didn't have them yet or whatnot, so ended up ordering these on eBay. They came from India. They are not the best. So you can see I've wrecked a couple of times, and this little connection right here has bent. There's only two connection points on these right here, and both, like you can see that one's severely bent. I really need to replace these. I did just look up a little bit ago, and they are available now at SRC Moto, and they are way better than these, but they're like 320 bucks. So it's it might happen soon, but not super soon. So anyways, that's those. The install on them was pretty easy. So I think that's everything that I've put on the bike. I still plan on getting a little guard for my front headlight here, and I probably want to get a brighter bulb in there as well. Oh, the tires. Shinko 804, 805 combo. Rocking these. I've been really impressed with them. You know, I feel a lot more confident in some of the terrain that we get into with these on rather than the Seats that they came with. So, but those rode good too. They really did. But this combo has worked out pretty good for me. I've been pretty impressed so far. Probably only got about 300 miles on these tires. They're still pretty new. But yeah, I have really liked those. Let's see what else. I think I want to replace my tail rack here. This one doesn't hold a lot of weight, so I could use something a little bit beefier in this area. And that might sum it up. Oh, I did want to get some of the adapter pieces that mount to these, that for like some jerry cans to carry extra gas and extra water. But we tried to get them and they were not compatible with the 2023 model, so I'll have to look and see if they have something available now. I'm sure they do. So that's another thing I'm planning on getting. And I think that just about covers it. Well, this has been a great bike. So looking forward to many more years with my 2022 Royal Enfield Himalayan. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It helps us out tremendously. We'll see you next time. Jen out.